Okay, so here we are. We're going to be giving this Brush Grubber shrub and clump grubber a chance to pull out some stumps today. We've got some small stumps we're going to use this on, and basically this acts as like a choker, and you give it a nice little tug and it's supposed to come right out. These things were mixed reviews, but we've been using a choke chain, which takes some time. I need something that's a little bit quicker. So we're going to go ahead and get this installed and give it a shot and see how it goes. We have the non-heavy duty version, which is a 4-foot chain. The heavy duty version is a 6-foot chain. That's the only difference. So if you're wondering the differences, like I was, that is it. And they don't obviously tell you that when you read the descriptions. So we're going to go ahead and get this hooked up and see how it works out. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're going to do the brush grubber, and we've got 2 little stumps from what looks like a oak tree or maple tree. It's still a little bit green, so we're going to go ahead and get this wrapped around it, choke it off, we'll hook it up to the back of the tractor and see how well this thing works. So, and just so you know, Lily, you don't have to take the hook off. It just drops over the stump. So the end loop goes into the hook. We've got probably a 8-foot long chain, and then a tow strap to give us some distance. I'm pretty sure we won't be able to pull out things like this. This is probably 3 to 4 inches, but we'll give it a shot. It seems like it's pretty loose in the ground. Typically the tractor hasn't been able to pull these stumps out, so I have another method that I'll use later if I can find an old tire rim or something. But we've got plenty of stumps out here to pull up. I know you can't see it because of the sun, but there's some here. We can't get the tractor through here to get the rest of this cleaned up until we get these vicious little stumps removed that they left us. So this is what we're working on. We'll see how this goes. All right. Alright, so we use the brush grubber quite a bit. You can see that this green paint, powder coated paint, is peeling off. How did it work? It worked okay. I'm not going to say it worked great. I'm not going to say it worked good. It worked okay. The problem we were having was that it was actually snapping a lot of the smaller material and breaking it down at the ground instead of actually pulling it up. So anything less than a couple inches and it was just ripping it right apart. So something to be thought about. Whereas normally using a choke chain around that stuff would just kind of pull everything right out without actually snapping it. So it works. It'll work for good clumps. It'll work for, you know, a variety of things. You could probably even wrap this thing around a log and pull the log out if you needed to do some skidding instead of trying to, you know, choke it. So overall, I'd give it kind of a 7 out of 10, maybe 6 out of 10. It's definitely faster, so that's the one advantage of this chain. Instead of having to individually wrap chain around a stump, you could just drop the loop around and cinch it up quicker. So overall, pretty good. It works. A little overpriced, I think, for what it is, but it's definitely something I'm going to continue to use. Alrighty, well, on to the next.